Let's get specific here. There's one more single obstacle to achieving total mastery of the fretboard, and this has to do with our mastery of the learning process itself. I ran into this challenge when I absorbed this stuff, but quickly I got past it. Here it is. Mastering the scale shapes happens on 3 levels and not 1. Learning to move effortlessly across the scale shapes on the fretboard is not just a question of knowing how the notes on the fretboard are laid out. And it's not even a question of being able to visualize the dots on the fretboard and the patterns. I'm not visualizing the notes when I play, nor am I thinking about notes and shapes and scales. It just happens. And here's why. There are 3 levels of mastery that we must go through in order to achieve what we want in this department. Number 1, we must understand the logic of how scales are laid out on the fretboard. When we have that knowledge, we can begin to visualize the pattern much easier because we can now figure out where the notes are by using quick logic and systems. So learning the logic first makes it much easier to learn to visualize the patterns, which is the 2nd level. Finally, the 3rd level of mastery is motorical mastery. This is where you don't think about what happens anymore. You just do it. You don't even visualize. Your fingers know their way around the fretboard. They do the thinking, or a special part of the brain does the thinking. But this part of the brain is lightning fast. Navigating through conceptual mastery and the logic of things is a relatively slow way to navigate through the patterns. When you visualize, you become much faster because now you can start seeing the dots in your mind's eye. But when your body knows the scale shapes and your fingers know where to move, then you have achieved this effortless mastery of the fretboard that lets you go anywhere you want without thinking about it. And that's freedom. And I tell thee, my friend, it is something to strive for, because it is every bit as great to have that ability as it looks. So in the next couple of hours, you'll be moving through the 3 levels of 1. Conceptual mastery, 2. Visual mastery, and 3. Motorical mastery. I'm going to take you through all 3 levels, and when we've done that, we'll get to the specific things that you need to do to make all this very real and practical. And then you and I are going to create a 7-week plan that will give you the results you're after. It's quite a ride and an exciting one, so let's get started with the 1st level.